So this is in the vehicle. You're doing it in the vehicle. Hey guys and gals, it's Sweet Project Cars with cool, trick, and affordable ways for the do-it-yourselfer and simple ways. Today we are here on our video series of prevention. All right, last Thursday we just did one on how to keep black mold and mold out of your car, home, or business. This is another video on how to keep your battery so that it never has to be replaced and you don't have to take it out of your vehicle if you have the room. And you're going to love this. It's worth it. You can help so many people out with this, but I'll guarantee you this: if you do this for 5 minutes every 2 years, you will not be replacing your battery. Did you hear me? Every 2 years for 5 minutes, you will not be replacing your battery. Now, as you see by this area, we have lots of room to get to this. We removed the ground cable here, and we removed the positive cable here, and we have caps that are going to be removed here and here. We'll check the fluid level, make sure they're good to go. If they're low, add distilled water to the level that you would like them to be at. Okay, now why do you add distilled water to a battery that holds acid? Can anybody answer that for us? Please read the comments and you'll see that everybody answered because the acid in the battery does not evaporate. It's the water that evaporates. Okay, now you don't want to replace your battery. Again, 5 minutes every 2 years. Do it if you have the room in your vehicle. I have plenty of room here. And when your battery goes bad, then it takes this video right here to straighten it out, to get it back on track. Watch that video and you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, if you use the welder method that we share here, you can not only use it to help other people, but you can use it to weld with. So it's a twofold deal. Anytime you buy a tool, you want to believe that you can use it for other things as well. Now, this battery is fairly simple to get to, and the caps will come out fairly easy. We like to use the hook, and we just hook it in down here and pull up on one end, and the caps will come right out. So let's get this hooked up with a couple of header bolts or manifold bolts right here. These are stainless steel. Usually it's just a 3/8 bolt. Screw those in finger tight till you can't tighten them anymore with your fingers, and we'll do that right now, and then I'll show you what's the next step. All right, first thing we're going to do is pop out the caps, and as I said, we like to use the Milwaukee pick tools. They work the best. And you see I just put my hand on top as I pulled up, and that kept the cap from flying into Never Land. And I want to wish everybody happy holidays as we're coming up on Christmas. We had a great Thanksgiving. Hope you all deep fried your turkey, because until you've had a deep fried turkey, you haven't ate turkey. And it is fabulous. Matter of fact, I don't think in 10 years or more we've cooked a dried out turkey in the oven. All right, so our fluid levels all look pretty good. They're all right to the bottom of the fill area. We'll clean this area all up here, get all the garbage out of there once we're done. But you want to make sure none of that gets down inside there. Okay, now when we are doing this, 5 minutes, as I said, we'll put the caps, just lay them on. Covers up the hole. You don't want to snap them back in. Okay, so they're just setting on there. Now we're going to take our bolts and screw those in. And this is worth it, folks. Read the comments on the video I shared with you. The link of that video is in the show more of the video's description. Julio, tell everybody where all the tools will be.
Buscar en el show más de la descripción de video para todas las herramientas.
Thank you, Julio, Cesar, Chavez, Rodriguez, Jorge, Johnson, Thompson, Franklin, Delanor. I don't know. He's always, like, the only reason I do that is because he always changes his name. He says he's stronger than Ronnie Coleman. I don't know about that at all. Okay, so we're finger tight on our bolts here and here. Now we'll take our welder, and if you weld, don't throw the little stubs away, okay? If you've seen it in our past videos, we did some welding with this same welder, and you don't throw those away, because if you have tight areas you need to get to, these are handy. All right, so you do it just like you do anything. You hook the positive to the positive, and the ground, this is your ground, hook that to your ground, which is negative over here, positive over here. Then you'll take your caps off. That's after you've clipped it on. There's a reason for that. And for those of you worried about doing this indoors, you can do it indoors. The videos that we did it in, we had garage doors that were open, so we had full ventilation, so there was no issues. If you don't feel comfortable with this process, we just ask you don't do it. Now, we're going to go to the welder. We're going to turn it on, but first we're going to turn the dial all the way down. Turn the switch on in the back, and as you can see, we're at 22. As I'm doing this, I want to boil the battery till it just starts boiling, and doing that, I will slowly turn this up till I get a real decent boil, and some of the bubbles are starting to just come out of the top of the battery. Do that for 5 minutes, shut it off, let it cool down, hook everything back up, and you're good to go. So maybe it takes more than 5 minutes. Maybe it takes 10 minutes to set everything up in 5 minutes, but it's well worth it, I'm telling you. And if you don't have a battery with these caps on it, buy batteries that do have these caps. See, it's bubbling already. Let's get right up there so you can see it. Well, we're just at 22. That's the lowest setting. Let's turn my headlamp on. There we go. Take it right off so I can point it down in there. See them bubbling? So I'll just hold the camera while we do this. Now I'm going to turn it up to a little bit more so you can see it. Now we're at 45. I want to get it so I'm popping some of the bubbles out of the top of the battery. Now I'm at 87. So this is in the vehicle. You're doing it in the vehicle, which means you don't have to take it out, do all the unmounting and all that stuff. Okay, now we're going to turn it up to about 115. So right now we're at 115. It's like 80 degrees today, and the chameleons are coming out like crazy. All right, now you see the steam. You see the steam coming out of there? And I can smell it. And I just did this battery, so I don't have to do it for a full 5 minutes. But I'm just showing you that you can do this, and you'd never have to replace your battery if you do this. And if you have bulged batteries or dead batteries, you can't beat it. You can bring them back, but you have to do the video I shared with you, that series of revitalizing, in order to bring them back. Not sure if you can see that smoke coming out of there. It's not smoke, it's actually the fumes. And the bubbles are popping out of there. Nice. So we're right now at 115. And not only does the welder work great for this, but again, you can use it to weld with. And you know how many people you can help? Your kids, your daughters, neighbors, friends. You always charge your brother-in-laws to do it, and you charge your mother-in-law, unless she's really nice. Say that we went 5 minutes. We're going to now shut it down, and you do not pull the cables off until you unplug the electrical plug-in. Now this welder hooks up to normal house voltage. Okay, so now the bubbles are calming down, you can see that. Now we're going to shut it off. And you'll see them stop. Now that battery is good for another 2 years, and then I'll do it 2 years from now, and 2 years from now, and 2 years from now.